late where you are, huh?
Yeah, it is, but yeah, I usually work late at night, so that's fine for me.
Great, great. Well, thanks for getting right back to me. Yeah, your work, your animation work is obviously just stunning and incredible. So I'd love to just chat with you a little bit and, tell you a little bit about my project and see what you think in terms of its, feasibility and budget. And I've never worked on. Primarily, I work on text. I write books. Um,
Okay.
so this is my first time looking to collaborate with an animator.
Do you need 2D animation or do you need 3D animation?
So that is the question. Your 3D animation is incredible.
But yeah, I do both 2D, 3D,
Right.
so that's not a problem.
Oh no, I know. So I could see the 3D really working for my project because it's like plastic figurines and they're in this kind of plastic world. On the budget level, I don't know if I could, because I know it's much more expensive. And your 2D animation is also really strong. So it's almost a thing where like I could see either working, but I kind of want to hear on the budget end. For 1 minute animation with I think there'd be like two main characters and but a number of different environments based on the concept I have. I was curious what it would look like in terms of price and all that. Just
Okay, I got it, no problem. So for 3D animation, it usually depends on the complexity of the animation and number of characters. But yeah,
yeah.
I know the number of characters that is there too. But yeah, there can be some background characters that's not a problem. For the cost
Mm.
for 3D animation for 1 minute in Pixar style animation that you have seen on my profile, costs
Mm.
approximately $3,000 to $5,000 per minute, approximately.
Right, right. So that might be a little bit out of my price range. Though I wish I could. I know it would be amazing if I could afford it.
Yeah, no
but
problem.
sorry. But so for 2D animation for 1 minute, what would that look like for you?
So for 2D animation, again it is depends on the complexity of the script, but it is around
Sure, sure.
like $700 to $1,000 like per minute. It usually revolves around that.
Right. Yeah. So that's just because I'm an author, and we don't make a ton of money, writers. So yeah, that might be more in line with what I'm looking at. So yeah, so with 2D animation in mind, what would be helpful for you to know in terms of like the next steps with it all?
Okay, so do you have any script for the 2D animation video, like for the trailer script, like first this scene will happen, then this, likewise?
I do have something a little bit like that. Yes. Would it be helpful for me to send that over to you right now?
Yeah, it will be helpful. You can send me on Upwork chat so I can see.
I'm gonna send it through the chat, and I just want to say though, like this is very rough, so I'll talk you through it. And I think one of the reasons I left it a little rough is I knew I was very new to this, and I knew I'd be talking with an animator,
Yeah,
and
no problem.
not sure if this is in the right format or so. Yeah, and there might be things where you're like, okay, well, what you just asked for is
Yeah,
not possible,
that's not a problem
yeah.
because what actually happens is first we usually ask client for a really rough idea, like whatever they have in mind they can just write it down in a docs and can send it to me. So what we usually do, like just so I can get a sense what you have in your mind, so that I can imagine almost the same thing. And what we do then, we then make a video storyboard to
Oh,
visualize
I
your
see. Yeah,
idea
yeah.
in a video format, in a sketches format. And once we send you the video storyboard, and there we do revisions, like you can say, okay, I don't like this scene, I don't like this camera angle, I think this scene can be here and
Mm,
there. So we tweak those things on video storyboard
mm.
stage. And once you approve the video storyboard stage, then we will go forward with making the animation. So that way it is helpful for both of us, and it saves a lot of time rather than doing revisions at the animation stage, which takes a lot of time.
Okay, that's great to hear.
Which resolution do you want the video in, like real resolution or normal YouTube video resolution?
Oh, okay, yeah. so that's a good question. When real resolution, would that be like for Instagram as well?
Exactly. Reel resolution is for Instagram and YouTube Shorts and TikTok.
Right. How does that affect things on the price end with you? It must cost a bit more, right?
It usually doesn't cost that much. For example, if there is going to be same video, we just have to make the video in like real resolution, then the cost will be like just $100 more or less. It will be like that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's not a
Yeah,
big
so
price difference.
I can think about doing both then, yeah, because I would want it to be on Instagram. What would be the next step moving forward? Would it be for me to generate a more detailed script that kind of makes a little bit more sense?
Yes.
I did have one question. Okay, so this relates to styles of 2D animation.
Yes.
So just in the process of looking at this, I've seen so many different approaches to 2D animation, and even in your own work, you've done many different types. You know, when I was looking through your different 2D animation projects, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't know the exact terminology like to describe it with, and you know, some of it looks almost like more like what you might see, like, you know, like Family Guy or
yes, exactly. So yeah,
or you know, or American Dad or something, that kind of like, and then some of this stuff feels a little bit more like arty, and then you have some anime stuff.
yes.
So I was really curious about like discussing which direction to go in, because
It will be something like the video I shared. More so you can say Family Guy type of, I would say.
would it be possible to go more in the anime style direction? Style of animation, I think, could work well.
Okay.
With my story, it wouldn't want to be too explicitly like anime genre, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I got your vision. Anime style of animation, something like the video that you have seen, cost approximately like $2,000 a minute, approx.
So okay, so that would be 2,000 for anime. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, your 2D animation is really well done. What is your time frame in terms of how long the video will then take you to complete? You know, in terms of us going back and forth and all the different steps.
Okay, so approximately like it is usually for 1 minute anime, it usually takes 3 to 4 weeks, including all the steps like including all the step like making storyboard, taking approval, then making animation, then taking approval and revisions. So all these things, yes.
I will take all this information. I have to put the song together, but if I get in touch with you next week-ish, like sometime next week, that's good on your end?
Yeah, that's definitely fine.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. This was such a great learning experience, and also I think you can make something incredible. So I'm working with my producer right now who's doing the album to get this shorter kind of cut of the music together.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, I will be looking forward to work with you. We'll be waiting for your response so that we can go from there.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for making the time to talk late at night. I appreciate it. I know it's very late.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good day.